Welcome back to my day one video. In my introduction video, I explained you how to interact with Blender and how to work with it. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to I'm going to teach you the tool self tab. So, tool self tag is the main basic tab which is used in Blender. So let me directly go in Blender. So this is called tool self means tool slip tab. So in object mode, self mode, vertex mode, wet pen mode, texture mode, or in all the modes, there's different tabs. Suppose currently I'm in object mode. So object mode there is a tools bar like this. Now if I go to edit mode, the tool itself become like this. If I go to skirt mode, the tool itself become like this. And vertex mode it differs, wet pen mode it differs, texture mode differs. So this video is going to really be short, and hence today I'm going to only explain you about the tool shelf tab. So let me come to object mode. Transform, translate, rotate, scale. So in object mode, we are going to today only learn about object mode and edit mode, and only about mesh. So suppose I am now let's come to cube. Cube translate. If you remember very carefully, I taught you about grab, rotate, and scale. If I do translate, it stands for grab, rotate stands for rotating, scale stands for enlarging or smalling an object. Now, duplicate is a really useful tab in Blender, means a button in Blender. So I'm duplicating it. A cube is second cube is getting duplicated. Now if I want to delete it, I can directly click delete and delete. The shortcut of duplicate is shift. Shift A means not shift A means shift D, and to delete is you can either press delete or either press X. Now you can see over here history. History there you can see undo, redo, undo history. Now in MS Word there is actually Control X, Control Y button for undo and read. But in Blender, there's no Control Y. There's Control Shift Z. Control Z. Control Z. I selected and then I'm doing Control Z. Now to reselect it, what I'm doing, Shift Control Z. It's again reselected. Undo history is nothing. It is to activate over here. You can press Control Alt Z, and wherever your cursor is, the tab dialog box will open over there. Here whatever mode or whatever selection you did, it will appear over here, and similarly as in Word you can do similarly, it is over here. Create. Over here you can create different plane, cube, circle, sphere, icosphere, cylinder, cone, torus, grid, monkey is the most actually it's not monkey, actually it's Sujane. So Sujane is the most complex default shape already given by Blender, default mesh. Over here, curves, there's Bezier curve, circle. Circle is very useful over here. And lamp. As I explained in the last day's video, that lamp brightens an object. So if I have to light up any object or light up any area, we can use lamp or point, sun, spot, hemi area. So we can use that. There's also other, suppose text, armature, lattice, empty, speaker, camera. Camera I explained you last day. Speaker is just for giving audio. You can see if I click it over here, you can see the say speaker. Speaker is used for giving audio. This empty, this empty I have, it's a very this a function. There's we see lattice, you can see the lattice shape, which is a bounding box generally, I think so. And text you have to type and you can edit, do anything. You can see over here armature, which is skipped. Armature is the very crucial part in Blender. Let me explain you why. See, any cartoon, why you watch cartoon? First, it's a simple question to you, why you watch cartoon? This is for making a more character move or whatever the story happening with the particular character. So each and every character move is possible only due to armature. If there is no armature, the character move wouldn't be possible. Armature actually this is called a single bone. you can go over here and see this is bone, single bone. So that's it. Directly press right click and move it. Anyways, this simple pass function, wherever your real bone stands for, you can directly make the bone over here. So I think this part is clear. Let's go to relation. This you can see this new group, add to active, and remove from group, parenting. See, parenting is used for means the armature. So suppose I want to move one legs, two legs. This is one leg. This is one leg. Suppose suppose this leg the QP and X. As we learned last, shift duplicate stands for duplicating it. Suppose this is a leg. I'm just creating a deep this one. So this is simple character which I designed. This is not the character if you see, or whatever it is. You can see that this is a simple character as I designed. Actually, this is currently happening live. Whatever I'm now explaining, it is coming to you. I will clear the doubts later on. So this is the character. Suppose I'm putting one bone over here, one bone over here, and one bone over here, one bone over here. So the character, this is called parenting. Suppose if a bone is present over here, this is called parenting. So that's it. So now I'm skipping animation for now because it's I will explain you after I explain this to physics. Here you can see this cal change shape, calculate mass. This is actually used for generally it's used for making a means 3D printing. Generally it's used for that. And grease pencil I'm going to explain you now only. Okay, first let me explain animation. So what is animation? In animation actually whatever is movement or what is animation first. So actually animation is what a character movement or whatever movement possible, it's called animation in simple language. So suppose I am uh, so whatever movement, whatever moving photos is called animation. So now moving photos, each and every photos are called frames. Over here suppose I have 250 photos over here. So each and every 250 photos are called frames. And the main point, suppose let us do this animation. I'm doing this animation. You just see. Suppose in keyframe number 10, this is all set up like this. Keyframe number 10. So keyframe number 10, it is this. Now, sorry, it is okay, this. So now in keyframe number, suppose 140, the legs of these two are moving in front. I'm doing this. Suppose I'm watching this. If you have remembered so far, so I just did this. So what I did, and now over here, I am. It's actually not like this to be done, but still, since you are a beginner, you all are beginner. I'm teaching you in this manner. This and over here, this will come up with font. This will come up with font. This will move this side. This will move this side, and that happened. So what animation I did? This leg is moving that effort, and then the leg is again moving this effort. Though it is kind of looking a little bit funny. So this yellow marks are called keyframes. So this yellow marks are called keyframes. Now what is bake action? See, bake action actually when you are moving any object in blender, not actually suppose it's specifically related to physics, not this physics, this physics over here, I will explain you later. Whenever you're moving anything in suppose object orientation, suppose a pillow, you are making a pillow falling, so that time you have to apply bake action from there only, but it's not required from over here. And generally then we come to grease pencil. Now I don't need any of this, so delete. So this is clear now. So grease pencil is actually means before 3D animation existed, there was existence of 2D animation. Now people started using for 2D animation one different software, and for 3D animation they started using some different software. So Blender thought to use that in same software. What if there's 2D animation also and 3D animation also in the same simultaneous manner? So that would be a little bit means enthusiastic for the audience, because they are achieving the 2D animation but 3D animation. But since it's a 3D software, 2D animation is a little bit harder than 3D animation. Anyways, grease pencil is used for this is grease in 2.78 version. Grease pencil or the concept of 2D animation was the first introduced. I'm drawing this crocodile over here. You can see it's not exact same, but since it's a 3D figure, since it's a 2D, when you are moving seeing it from one side, it is looking the same, but actually it's not. So whenever you are drawing anything, so it's actually applying something differently. See, it's moving that side. Whatever, grease pencil is not our topic. For making 2D animation, grease pencil is used. So um, so now let's start. So this grease pencil concept is done. So before I move now, I'm going to teach you about edit mode, tool self. So before I move out to tool self, I'm going to really thank this software, online screen pal, because this is helping me to create all the light streams and all the things in Blender. Hence I can post any video. To support me, please like and subscribe, which would help me a lot. If you haven't watched my previous introduction video, you can watch it directly from the link in the corner. And that's it. So let us continue about the edit mode. If you have any doubt, you can directly comment me and I will definitely reply you. And keep sharing or keep following it, because it would really help me a lot. So now let us come back to the edit mode. Edit mode toolbar of mesh. So this transform and mesh tool, I was actually thinking of making a separate video on it, because it's a lot of concept I need to explain you. Then it's bits tool history. I have to explain you a lot about this. So I just want to create one more video about this, but not today. Definitely the next week. So let me go to create. There is a little bit theory about create. See, so over here now you have a doubt. Actually, Blender, any if you know about database, what database main target is to reduce the amount of data used. Now, suppose you are using any software or you are designing a software. So what you want to reduce the data as much as you want for your convenient as well as the audience convenient. Hence, Blend. So now if Blender also seeks for that. Now, when Blender is seeking for that reason, so what's the point of providing this in object edit mode in create, and again in object mode? Object mode is providing so many things, but in edit mode, what's the point of providing this few? So this a little bit special, means this is a little bit thing about this. So what is the thing now? See, when you are in object mode and creating any means cube or whatever you shape, suppose I'm UV circle or whatever I'm creating over here, you can see I'm creating cones, and I'm also creating one of the cylinders. So um, cylinders, so I'm creating this tortoise and whatever you want. So I'm also creating this monkey. So whatever I'm created over here, you can see. So all the things which I have created is all the separate objects. See, torus is separate object, cone is separate object, and cube is separate object. Every single material over here is a totally separate object. Now when in edit mode I'm creating any object, suppose I'm creating a torus. So torus, when I'm creating, this all lies in the same object. So Blender identifies this torus and the cube as the same object or the same identical individual. You have to learn this, because this is the main concept which most of the beginners get confused. Even I also get confused, because I had one project about in my in my that place. So when I have project, I have to create. I have was given the task to three different, though it was not required so much. So that time actually I faced a lot of trouble about this. So I came to know that they are. So then I realized that what's the point of creating this two separate ad messages. So to be really careful by modeling or designing in scenes, because this is the main confusing part. And you can directly transform from edit mode to object mode and switch between by pressing tabs. Now to separate two object, I'm also going to teach you like this. Suppose first, as I teach you, Z is the X-ray mode. So I'm going to press B actually used for this purpose. So when I'm use B and then returning back to my original mode, I want to separate this and this. So I have to press P, and there's three options: by loose parts, by material, selection. If you do loose part, you don't need to. By loose part means which are not connected directly. By material means, suppose if you are using different materials, so it will be separated by that material. And what is selections? If you press selection, whatever is selected will get separated. Now there's a funny thing over here. See, this is actually, we know this is called torus. So this is torus, but this will actually um, look like that. So let me come back to object mode first. So this will look as if uh, cube. It will name as cube, but it is not cube. It is torus. Since the first object which was cube was created through which this torus was created, hence it will display. Now, if you're moving, the center of the object will also appear in the center of the cube until unless you move it. So this is a very problematic thing which occurs in Blender. So let me come back to edit mode. You can see over here shading, faces, edges, vertices, normals. So over here you can actually flip directions if it's selected, if your object is selected. You can smoothen any part or make it in flat. Now I'm going to explain you what is vertices, what is etc. So it's first, let me explain you what is vertices. So let me take this cube, this one as a thing. So let us go back to edit mode. um this is called face. These all things are called face. This is called vertices. These cones are called vertices, and these are called edges. So vertices are the points which helps the edge to get connected and form the face. Edges are the links between the two vertices which helps to form one face. And faces are the formed site which is formed by the linking of two vertices via or through edge. There's a simple definitions, as I said you. This is also extreme mode. This is also a kind of extreme mode. You can see this one. So you can press Z. Z is total extreme mode, and this you can press as this means object extreme mode. So that's it. So if you want to smoothen any object, you first select it, then smooth. So it is getting smooth. If you want, you can flip direction, and you can smooth the vertices. You can smooth, but generally we keep it in flat. Options, so option X mirror, and I'm going to there's nothing extra to teach over you over here. So that's it for today's video. I don't want to continue it more. So so from day 2 I'm thinking of doing some project based learning, and I have some work in this week, so I'm thinking that I will upload the day 3 videos in my next week. So please like, follow and subscribe, and I hope you see my upcoming shorts. I hope you liking it. If you have any doubts about this video or anything, you can directly comment me. So I hope your everything is clear, and I'm just actually doing this course about day, this is a first day video. Whatever I taught you can practice in this week, and in the next video I'm going to explain you about this part. This one I will go to explain you, and I am thinking of explaining you this one and this one. Okay, so transform mesh tool, this part I'm going to space tools. From tools itself I'm going to do tools, and from over this one, this tab I'm going to do. So that's it for today. I'm going to end the video and practice all the things which I taught you, and keep following my channel. Please subscribe and please share it to as many users as possible, and please like it. If you do not like it, it will not go to much viewers, and if it not doesn't go to much viewers, maybe the video I'm doing maybe will come in a little late. So I hope you subscribe and like, and it will be more helpful. I'm also since a little bit nervous since it's my second video, but this nervousness will, I'm pretty sure this nervousness will go as I keep doing my video. So that's it for today, and let me end the video over here. Thank you for supporting my channel, and thank you.